Welcome to this masterclass on how to heal your money blocks. My name is Tracy Malone, and I am so grateful to be here with you today to help you to actually heal a money block today. We're going to go through the whole process today. And my name is Tracy Malone. I'm a holistic counsellor and a coach, a transformation coach in business and life. And I'm also trained in family constellations. And what I'm going to take you through today is this process of what is a money block and how money blocks are created, how they show up in your life, and how to heal the money block, which is what we're going to do right at the end. So, what is a money block? A money block is a thought, idea, or belief from your past that you are still carrying with you in your conscious or your unconscious. Here is one of my favourite quotes. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will run your life and you'll call it fate, by Carl Jung. It kind of says it all right there. And if your money block is something that lives within your unconscious, you can see the formation of the work that I'm going to show you today. There are many ways that people actually work to unblock their money blocks, and you're going to learn today where they originate from, and thus why healing them is the best and fastest way for you to move forward toward your money goals. And then I'll be giving you a taster session of the tools, one of the tools I use to heal money blocks. So stay tuned for that at the end. Now, there's something crucial I want you to know about money, and that is that money has no thoughts about you at all. Money has not created a story about you. It doesn't determine your worthiness or decide if you deserve it or if somebody else deserves it. Money simply goes where it's called to go, without emotions or thoughts. It doesn't care if you're pursuing your passions or if you're engaged in illegal activities. It really doesn't care. You can see by the amount of wealth on the planet and who it goes to today, money doesn't have any thoughts or emotions. It's important to remind ourselves that money is neutral and it doesn't judge our intentions or our actions. However, the one thing that may be holding you back from reaching your money goals is the money story that was shaped during your life. In order to bring our unconscious into our consciousness, we need to start where things began. And there are many things, as you can see here, that went into creating this story. And as we look at these things, we're going to go deeper and deeper into what it is that shaped the blocks that are stopping you from creating the life that you want to with money right now. So think back to how your parents handled money. Did they often say things like, money doesn't grow on trees? How famous is that saying? I'd be hard pressed to know anyone who didn't hear that, or you have to work hard for your money. Did your family frequently experience financial scarcity, or was there abundance? How was money actually perceived? Was it seen as something negative or as a source of joy and fulfillment? So in my own life, I grew up with the narrative of lack around money, hence why I'm teaching money now. Whenever I remember my mum giving me cash from her wallet, and she would hold the purse back then open, and she would say, well, that's it, there's no more, it's all gone. Really key words that I grew up with. It created a deep wound and a fear that when things ran out, they were gone forever. I know it's irrational because I had the ability and resources to replace what had just been used, but wounds run deep and they sit in our unconscious, and these stories persist no matter how irrational they may seem. So the invitation here is to grab a journal and a pen and take some time to journal about your money stories that you were told from your parents when you were young. Now, this masterclass is running alongside a course that I've got going on. It's an online course. There is in person as well, but the main one is Heal Your Past to Make More Money. And it's a course where we'll dive deeper into these money stories and equip you with the tools to heal them, to actually heal them. And awareness is the first step towards healing. So for now, I encourage you to reflect on how your own money story was shaped through your family. You can sit down and write a whole bunch out now and then go about your week. And I can guarantee you that new ones will pop up for you, because once you've opened the door on this, once you've allowed your unconscious to speak through this method and it starts journaling to you and starts speaking to you, there's a lot that's going to come up. And each time one comes up, write them down. I had pages and pages and pages of money blocks to work through. And then you'll begin to notice and remember specific times where you've repeated patterns around money. So you've got yourself into debt and you haven't paid bills and you've had to pay things off and you've had to ask people for money. Whatever it is, you'll see where these patterns have repeated themselves over your life. And these things are important to journal as well. And they need to have forgiveness. You need to really be able to be kind to yourself and forgive yourself during this process. And I'm going to have a whole module on forgiveness in the course as well, because it's so important. So, your ancestral story. Excuse me. Why is it so important? Well, it is a massive factor in how you're behaving with money now. I had a client come to me who said, I've got an amazing business, amazing qualifications, I'm amazing at what I do, and I just cannot fill my books. And they worked in personal training, and I had a look at all of that and I went, I actually agree with you. I totally agree with you, which tells me that it has to be ancestral. There has to be something right back in your ancestral subconscious, in the trauma back there, that is holding you back. We actually did 2 family constellations, because the first time he came to see me, it was around a few different things, and then we did something specifically on money. And I hadn't heard from him after that, but I ran into his wife and I heard that his books are full. He doesn't have time to let me know how it's going because he's so busy doing the work that he loves to do. So that's how much the ancestral trauma that you are subconsciously carrying can be affecting your life. You can do a whole bunch of personal development work, you can do a whole bunch of healing, but unless you're healing your ancestral trauma, then there will be that will be holding you back as well. Anywhere where there is war in your history and your ancestors, there is going to be something around money, because people who had wealth during wars weren't safe. They were often not the least safe. Nobody's safe in war and nobody wins in war. But the wealthy were raped and pillaged. They had I've had people doing this work whose ancestors' gold teeth fillings were ripped out. So you're either left in poverty, or if you were wealthy, it wasn't safe. You were killed for having wealth. Arranged marriages, abuse of women. There's so many things and so many ways that money stories can be transferred to you down the generational lines. Immigration, moving to another country, all of that kind of thing. It's all huge for the money story. And that's something that we'll be looking at as well. So going a little further afield now, let's look at society's story and how it has marked you and your money story. Consider the influence of movies to begin with. Many Hollywood films portray wealthy individuals as terrible or villainous. You think about individuals in movies that you've watched. They are not happy. They are not passionate about what it is that they're doing. They have no time for their loved ones. Their children generally don't like them, or their children are fighting each other for the money. But it's basically a lot of money means misery. And you can't have it all, is what it tells us. You can't have both love and money. We're told through movies that we absolutely cannot have everything. You can only have either love or money. And you have to give up the money if you want love. So that's sitting in our subconscious. A little while ago, my son and I were watching this animated movie called The Wish Dragon. And it portrayed money as something that prevents fathers from connecting with their children, because the rich man, two single parents, the rich man who was a single parent, he had no time for his daughter. He'd cut phone calls off short. He didn't turn up to birthday parties. He'd just have his assistant stand in front of her with an iPad with him on the screen where she opened a present, and then he'd leave. But he'd throw her these lavish parties. And so it meant that being super, super rich, no one loves you, you become a horrible person. And there were poor people. So there was the poor boy with his single mum, but they all looked after each other, and they were kind, and they were humble, and they were always there for each other. And at one point, my son said, and this is why you should never be rich or famous. So my dismay and shock, I paused the movie and I started asking questions. I said, hold on a minute, why not? How is this? He goes, well, being rich or famous means that they weren't there for, she doesn't feel loved, or whatever it was he said. And I said, but how's that money's fault? How's being rich or famous got anything to do with it? I said, where in the movie did it show that money told them that they shouldn't be talking to their children? So what I'm doing there, as you can see, is I'm asking the right questions for him too. He had entangled it all up, and I was getting him asked the right questions, which is really important. We'll get to that at the end as well, how we're doing that every day. I'm hoping you're starting to see this is a true story that happened with my son, but it's something that I work with deeply with everyone. And I said to him, it's not money's fault. It's not being rich or famous that makes someone mean or neglectful of their children. It's their own wounds and beliefs that shape their actions. Money itself has no thoughts on how a person should behave. Money's not standing there saying, don't talk to your child, don't turn up for their birthday. The responsibility lies with the individual and their core wounds, their thoughts and their actions. So we talked about what must have happened to that man in order for him to not want to be there for his daughter. And that was where he came to disentangle the story that the movie had created for him around money and love. Thankfully, my son understood what I was trying to convey, and I was able to remove money from being the culprit in the movie. It's essential for us to be aware of where our money stories come from and how we talk to our kids about money too if we're parents. So I invite you to take some time to really reflect on your own money story and explore what beliefs may be embedded in your unconscious. Get curious about how you truly feel about money. Okay, let's look at marketing. So, as humans, we see tens of thousands of advertisements every single day. So 20 years ago, when I was in personal training, I knew that I think the stats were we're seeing something like 30,000 ads a day, and that was without smartphones and without social media. So I can only begin to imagine what it is now. If for every organic post we're seeing 2 ads, have a think about it. And it's not the ones you remember, because as you're scrolling, your subconscious mind can actually retain more information than your conscious mind. Now, what do we know about marketing? Marketing is about telling you that you have a problem. The model for advertising and marketing is to solve a problem that you have. Some problems you didn't even know you had. That is the basis of marketing. So if you're seeing tens of thousands of ads daily, probably more, all telling you that you have a problem and that their product is a solution, then what does that do for your money story and your self-esteem? The deeper you go into the course that I've put together, Heal Your Past, Make More Money, the more you'll learn to put boundaries up around what you allow in your field. You'll soon become very discerning about where you spend your time and what you allow in. And you can really see why the course is called Heal Your Past, Make More Money. Focusing on the future alone or doing mindset work, it just won't work because your unconscious wounds are running the show, not your mind. Remember the Jung quote, until you make your unconscious conscious, it will run your life and you'll call it fate. And remember, the story you've placed on money will reflect in your life. Whatever that story is, it's right there in front of you now, and it is your money blocks that you are experiencing. There is one more big piece to the money story, and I will reveal it to you later, and it's huge. But for now, let's look at how these things are showing up in your life. So in my work, I always talk about core wounds. There are wounds that are there. There are wounds that a lot of people and a lot of clients come to me with, a lot of blocks that I'm looking for the core. What created this? When was the first time this happened in your life? And I will tell you now, it's usually between the ages of 0 to 7, unless there's a massive event trauma, like your parent died when you were 18 or something like that. Then we go straight to 18 because that's huge. But other than that, we're looking at core wounds at the ages of 0 to 7. And when things go wrong, we call it bad luck or we call it the universe, but it's the core wounds are the unconscious drivers of our behaviors and choices. So when things go wrong and we go, why is the universe bringing this to me? Or why is fate doing this to me? I can guarantee you it's your unconscious driven by your wounds. It's all our unconscious running the show. And our unconscious is running the show. Why? Because it's asking us to heal. The whole point of this weird and wonderful thing we call life is to come in, create wounds, heal the wounds. And so that we can, as we heal the wounds, we're raising our vibration, we're bringing more light through our body, and we're changing how it is we show up on the earth. So we're actually doing good by doing this work in every way, on every level. Every single block is not something trying to hurt you. Every single block is your unconscious asking you to heal. And the fastest way forward that there is possible is to heal your past. And so let's look now at the ways money blocks show up in your life through your core wounds. The abandonment wound. Well, some think this possibly can't have anything. There's no way this can possibly have anything to do with money. And you're wrong. It's a huge driver in our money story. And it's because you believe that scarcity is the norm if you've got an abandonment wound. It keeps you searching for money. You believe that there's something out there that you need to do something, and if you don't do it, then you will be abandoned and left. And you're believing that it's a finite resource and that it has an end. You believe it's hard to make money and it's hard to keep money as well. You make money, but bills come up to meet the amount that you've just made. Every time you try and get ahead and save, something comes up. Yeah, this is a money block, absolutely. But let's take the money right back to the core wound. And this is how it shows up in your life, your abandonment wound, and how it relates to money. Heal your past, make more money. That's why I'm doing it. You have clients that are late to pay, they're needy, they want everything for nothing. They believe your prices are too high. I cannot possibly afford that. And you shouldn't be pricing it like that. It's too expensive. They take a lot from you. They're the energy drainers. And you feel you need to keep them because they're better than no one. You'd rather have them than nothing. You believe you have to serve everyone, especially those who can't afford. So you can't afford much. So you keep your prices really low. And a big one is you feel exhausted and need to take time off because your work drains you. And in the course, we're going to go deeply into this wound. So we're going to go into each core wound. I'm going to talk to you about 3 here today. There's a couple more that we're going to go really deep into to make sure that you're healing them at this core level. Being seen. So this is the most obvious ways it shows up. So you put a lot out on social media, but you don't get the response that you're hoping for, even though you know your content is amazing, even if you've got a marketing person putting your content out, et cetera, and it's not working. You can't convert clients no matter what marketing you have. And you feel really anxious about putting yourself out there on socials. You can't do videos and you dread seeing your face on any of your marketing. You hate the sound of your voice in recordings. You believe all reels have to be perfect or they can't be posted. You know, that real perfectionist is actually the being seen wound. And what happens is then you use strategies to get past that, and so then you get someone else to do the videos, and then you put the videos out there, and then nobody sees them because you being seen wound is actually stopping anyone from seeing them and converting them once they're actually out there. So I hope you're really starting to understand how core wounds can have a lot to do with money blocks. The people pleaser. This is a big one. Well, they're all big ones. They're all core wounds. You feel like you should be working for nothing, that your service really isn't that important. You price yourself at a point where you believe people can afford you. This is important, not the transformational service that you actually offer. You don't price yourself on the amount that you need to live the life you truly desire. You price yourself at the point where you believe people can afford you. That's your people pleaser. You go overtime in your sessions, you have no real boundaries around your time, you take phone calls and messages during family time and holidays, and your business and clients always come first, even if you say they don't. You believe people need your business, otherwise they simply won't be okay, and that you're the one here to make sure they are okay. Yeah, this is the savior complex, comes from the people pleaser. Without your work, they will not cope. So if they can't afford you, you'll simply do it for free. You think about your clients all the time. During your downtime, they're always in your mind. There are no boundaries between them and you. You go overboard on what you offer, giving them the proverbial shirt off your back. So everything that I've spoken about up until now will all form your money story, especially these core wounds. And it's easy to see now how your unconscious core wounds are running your money story and business in many ways. And you think you have a marketing problem, you think you have a social media problem. And what you actually have is a core wound and a money block. Remember, as Jung said, until we make the unconscious conscious, it will run your life and you'll call it fate or the universe. There's something more that you need to understand that lies within these core wounds that is the key to understanding healing and your money story. And I touched upon it earlier with the story about the movie that my son and I watched. The basis of my work lies on something that I know I haven't seen in any other money courses out there. And I've done a lot of them because I've had enormous money blocks in my life. But something was missing. And when I found this missing piece, I was able to make real inroads into my money manifesting abilities. This was a game changer for me. And this is also the thing that has driven me into the money space, because this is the biggest pain point that people have. I had to do a lot of work around my own wounds, going, I can't step into this space. I'm not a millionaire. And then I was reminded that I am a sole parent. I have created an extraordinary life for myself and my son and my horses, and we live on acreage in this incredible place. I was able to create a rental in a market where there weren't any. I've actually got money. I'm able to do these things. And so they were like, you need to step into this space. And I was like, okay. So here I am. And I'm going to teach you everything that I know. And this one was the key for me to really move forward. When I got this, I went so deep into what it is that I was able to heal, because the other stuff just wasn't cutting it. We have entangled money with love. The way you receive money now is the way you received love as a child. Remember at the start, I told you that money has no thoughts about you at all. It is whatever you believe it to be. Well, most people who have money blocks, which is everyone, until they understand this, they can't make any real changes to their money manifesting or wealth, because they've confused money with love, and they've confused the way they receive money now with how they received love as a child. If love was given to you sparingly when you're a kid, then you always receive money sparingly. If getting your parents' attention was hard, then you now believe deep down that you have to work hard for your money. If you had to achieve the best marks or get first place to receive even just a well done, then you now believe that you have to be the best in your field to make any real money. And if you were never told I love you, if you were never told well done, then you believe deep down that there is no amount of money that will ever be enough. This is a big one. This was one that I found and I was like, holy smokes, Batman, life changer. I could have a massive amount of money in my account and I would look at it with fear going, it's still not enough. It's not enough. And I was like, well, what is enough? And I was like, if it was $10 million, would it be enough? It's like, no, I don't think so. I don't think that's quite enough. And so I went deep into this and found this one. I was like, whoa, huge, 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 huge thing for me to heal. So you make money and spend it if you believe this and you have this wound. Always afraid that it's never going to be enough, no matter your balance. So you just spend it. You let it go. It goes out. It goes out. It comes in, but it goes out almost faster. And it doesn't matter what number's there. Until you go back and heal your core wounds around how you received love as a child and then disentangle the story from money, you can't make any real inroads into your money manifesting ability. It's just not possible. The unconscious has it all tangled up down there. It's all entangled, and you need to unentangle that and heal it. Can you see now why the inroads you've taken to make more money have been blocked and stalled? Because the most important part of the puzzle was missing. The part where we have money all tangled up with love. So the fastest way for you to make more money in your life is to heal your past wounds around love and how you received love as a child. And as you do this, the other things you have been trying will actually begin to work. The more you heal your past wounds, the more affirmations and positive steps forward you can actually take. The more you heal your past wounds around love, the more you can align with the vibration of what it is you want and bring it into your life, knowing that it can stay. The more you heal your wounds from your childhood around love, the more you realize that both love and money are infinite and are always available to you. They have no end. So soon I'm going to take you through a healing of one of your money blocks. First, I'm going to tell you about this course quickly. In Heal Your Past, Make More Money, it's an online course. And it'll go live on Monday, the 18th of September, and it'll include all of the modules, which I will deliver 1 week at a time. And it's delivered 1 week at a time when I launch it because I don't want people to rush through because you won't actually get the depth of what's needed. So 1 week at a time, and each week for 6 weeks, I will be delivering live, which will happen within the Facebook group that we're a part of. Each module, sorry, I forgot to put the slide up. Each module will help you work through all of your past wounds, as like the core wounds I spoke about, and we'll go much deeper. We'll go deeper into each of these. You'll learn how to identify the wounds, how they're showing up, and the tools to heal them within each module. Subliminal affirmations for your sleep, ways to heal your money blocks, and also, really importantly, ways to bring in more money. There are some awesome tools to help you call in money, but they won't work now if you've got the core wounds that you haven't healed yet. Because money, as you know, is energy. It's an infinite resource, and it can be called into you, and you can do that. And I can show you some powerful tools to bring it in. I'll show you how to speak with money and your business. This is really cool. I'll show you how to have money and your business support you instead of you holding the belief that you have to be the one holding it up all the time. And it's a really cool thing. It's a shift, and I'll show you how to do that. And then, as I said before, really practical tools to help you focus forward in your business, the practical ways to help you clear the path for more money. I will help you. I will teach you how to become the things that you desire the most, how to embody that because we have to become what it is we want to receive. That's when they talk about matching the vibration of what it is that you want to receive. You actually have to become it. I can show you that on a practical level, how to do that. And when you do that, the universe's only response is yes, because it's fully aligned. You are fully aligned. All of this, as I said, will come with a Facebook support group where we'll be actively helping you through the process. In the first 6 weeks, as I said, I'll be going live weekly. And after that, I'll do monthly lives. And what's really important to understand is this is a lifetime access course. And it's lifetime access because blocks are going to come up for you all the time at every level. You can cruise along for a while, and then as you go to expand to the next level, you might see some blocks coming up. And this is lifetime access because these tools can be used through your entire life. You use the same tools for, getting your first $1 million as you do for getting the first few thousand of dollars. So understand this course is called Heal Your Past, Make More Money, because the money is where the pain point is. But it's not exclusive to money blocks in your life. And I'm hoping now you can see why I call myself a transformation coach. When you heal your money blocks by healing your past wounds related to how you received love as a child, you won't just transform your financial situation. All of your relationships will transform. And that's because your relationship with yourself transforms first. And then you'll transform your relationships with your partner, your children, your family, your employees. Everything's going to improve. And you're going to come to understand that you can actually have it all. And you can bring in what your heart truly desires from doing this work. No more settling for less in any area of your life. This is lifetime access to the course. And the only reason the price is as it is right now is because it's the first time I'm running it. This is going to make its way up to the $3,000 mark, if not more. And that's where I'm going to land this. But I know through looking at a whole bunch of other people who are way ahead of me in the game and who are making the millions, this is actually where they began. So they're charging that now, but that's not where they started. And I'm starting here because I need to build the like, trust, and know factor from having people get through this course. So the price of this course, the value in here is priceless. It's lifetime access and it's crazy. So it's just $444. And it's something to get on because you're not going to see this price again. This price is a one and only price. And it was $333. It's just gone up to $444. And once the course begins, it's going to go up again. I've made it so it's so easy to say yes because you can make 6 weekly payments of $85 if that helps it to make more affordable for you. And something else really amazing. If you're local to Brisbane, I have something extra special for you because I love meeting people in person. And I'm doing this because there are a few local businesses who said, I want something visceral. And I love meeting people in person too. So I can create a really amazing community in person and I want to foster that. So I have an adjacent course that I'm running along with the online course. And it is an in-person, 12 people only, 8 weeks business coaching. And so we're meeting for 2 hours every Tuesday morning from the 19th of September from 9:30 to 11:30 in the morning in the heart of Sanford Village. And that's for 12 people only, like I said. So I'll get you to know your businesses, and I'll be able to help you in a more personal way. And it's super special price, $333, and you can pay it off for just $47 a week. And you get the online course as a bonus for signing up. So you get the online lifetime access. So it's wild, but it's true. And where to find this stuff? Get amongst it. Come and join us. Join me for this because it's going to be really transformational. This is my website. This is the only time I'm going to tell you when it's anything to do with the internet that Tracy doesn't have an E in it. I don't mind how you spell it, but the internet does. So Tracy Malone with noe.com.au. And you'll find the online course under online courses. You'll find the in-person business one under my shop, 8 weeks of business coaching. And it's an event on my Facebook page as well. If you're not sure what to do, how to do it, it's all confusing, DM me, send me a message, email me through my website, and I will absolutely show you where to go and get you hooked up. Now, those 12 places are filling up, so please do step in and do that if you would like to, because it's only 12. That's it. When they're gone, they're gone. Oh, God, I sound like my mum then, didn't I? When it's all gone, it's gone. There is no more. But for that, there literally is a limit. For money, there is no limit. But for that one, there is. So now, thank you for listening to that, and, jump in and get amongst it, because I have such a passion for people making money. I love it. I goddamn love it when people make money. It's one of my favorite things to watch people do, because it brings them safety, it brings them ease, it brings them choices. And I want more people with beautiful hearts and beautiful consciousness doing what they truly love to have money. And it's really important. All right, let's go through healing a money block. So I stream consciousness when I do a lot of healings. I have a foundation that I work from, but then a lot of times when I'm in it, I'm guided as to what to do. And I'm about to start yawning, which means energy shifting. Oh, excuse me. Anyone who's ever worked with me before knows that yawning's a really good sign. So we're already shifting some big energy, which is incredible. And so I trust that no matter when you're watching this, that you're going to receive the healing, and this is going to be perfect for you. So right now, I would like you to feel the back of the chair that you are sitting on. I don't believe we should have to sit ourselves up tall and get into any special position, but I want you to feel fully supported during this time, and the back of the chair can really help you to feel that. So let's get started. If it's safe for you to do so, please close your eyes. And if not, you can either come back to this later or find a point that you can relax your eyes and look at. And think about a money block that you'd like to work on today. We all have money blocks. Now, if that money block didn't exist, what would you have in terms of money in your life? Think about the thing that you do want. You may like to write these down if you've got a pen in front of you, or you might remember it. How much out of 10 do you want this thing? 10 being, I want it so bad it's not funny. And 1 being, yeah, I kind of want it. Now, let me tell you that this work really works, and these healings really work if you want it 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. 8 is the lowest we'll go. So think of something that you really, truly want, 10 out of 10. Now, I'd like to do a similar scale, but the question is, how much out of 10 do you believe that you can have this? And if it's 10 out of 10, then you don't have a block. If it's a low number, I want you to notice these numbers, and we'll ask them again at the end, because we want to see them shift. We want to see that one shift. So breathe into your body and allow yourself to really want the thing that you do want. And as you allow yourself to really want it, notice how your body feels. What's going on inside of your body when you think about having that thing? What response does your body have? Because there's a part of you that believes that you're not actually able to have it. So let that part show you where it is. Does your body have tension, heaviness? One spot? Is it all over your body? Really get into your body and find where it is. Now see if there's an emotion attached. What is the emotion? Now breathe in and allow all of these feelings and allow this emotion to fully expand. Let it take up as much space as it needs. Think about the belief that you hold as you're expanding. What's that belief that you've got that's blocking you? Let the thought and belief rise. Allow this voice to be heard and allow this part of you that is speaking this voice to step forward. See yourself standing in front of you and it's saying this thought and this belief to you. You are observing yourself as your adult self. So you're standing as your adult self and you're watching a part of you and you're observing them. Maybe they're very young. Maybe it's a really young part of you. This is at an age when you first had this feeling and this belief was wired into your nervous system and your unconscious. So how old are you now? See yourself standing there and allow a memory to play out in front of you. It can be this lifetime or it can be another lifetime. I'll give yourself a moment to let it come up. And as your adult self, watch with curiosity as the memory rises. See your younger self and begin to think about what you needed in that moment. These core wounds are created when a need is not met. What need was not met for you in that moment? Was it safety? Was it love? Was it being seen? The feeling of belonging? You have the ability to give whatever it was that you needed to yourself right now. As your adult self, tell yourself all the things that you needed to hear. Maybe it's you are safe. Maybe it's I am here. I will never leave you. You belong with me. I love you just as you are. It's so good to see you. I will always love you. There is nothing that you have to do to receive my love. It's yours because you exist. Tell yourself whatever it is that you needed to hear, and I'll give yourself a moment to do that. Now, your younger self looks up at you and they smile and they say, I'm ready. And they step forward to you and you embrace. And as you embrace, your heart opens wide. And this small part of you, no matter how old, melds into your body and into your heart space. And this is where it will remain, safe in your heart, to be loved forever. Our unconscious lives outside of our heart. When we heal, we bring it in and we hold it close and love it forever. Now think again about the thing that you want in your life and see how it feels in your body now when you allow yourself to want it. Are you still wanting it 10 out of 10? How much now out of 10 do you believe that you can have it? If you're less than 10, then go back and do this process again until you can feel in your body that you have this at a number 10. It's normal to have to do it a few times. If you feel that you are integrated and you can have that thing that you desire, a 10 out of 10, then really feel what it's like in your body. What does it feel like? Anchor the feeling in now with an affirmation. Make one now. I am worthy of having whatever it is you want in your life. It is safe for me to live an extraordinary life. I am worthy of having my deepest heart's desire. As you slowly bring your awareness back into the room, know that you can have the life that you truly desire. There is nothing in this world that can stop you. Every moment is an opportunity for expansion and growth, and you now have one of the tools to make that possible. So coming back into the room now. So this is one of the tools and processes that I use to heal a money block. And there are more. And I hope you really enjoyed that. And I hope you're able to clear some big and beautiful stuff. And now I'd love to ask you something. I've told you about the course. Do you feel like you've learned something from watching this masterclass today? I really hope you have. If yes, can you think of anyone else who may be able to learn something from it? And if that's a yes, then can you please consider sharing this with them? Like I said, I'm new to this work, but the depth that I go to is extraordinary, and what's on offer is extraordinary. So can you share this on your socials and help me spread the word so we can help as many people as possible make more money in their business? I'd love your support, and I truly hope you choose to join me in the Heal Your Past and Make More Money course. And reach out if you have any questions. I'd be really happy to answer them for you. But for now, float away with this beautiful feeling and think about someone that you might be able to share this with, or some people. Pop it out there in your socials, and let's get people making some real money in their lives.